Merry Christmas, everybody. I want to do this fast because it's kind of a long process here to go through all these rocks. But I want to show what I've been pulling out of boxes from my dad's rocks. And what he explained them as. Fire opals. Called that one a fire opal. He called this one a fire opal raw. That once you get inside, I guess it goes to that red colored opal. Maybe a fossil in there. Obsidian. Snake heads. Beautiful snake head. Fossilized snake heads. He's got the big fossilized snake head here. And that's a great big one. You can tell because it's got a spinal cord, everything. Everything's kosher, right up to the nose, the mouth, and the teeth. Whatever kind of animal that was that came off of. Little cream sickles is what he called these because they're just like cream. Some kind of moss agate. Turtle shells. If you like any of what you're seeing here, give me a holler because eggs. Now he explained it this way with these is he finds them in the sand like this. You can see there's a fossil in there. Finds them in the sand like this. Sometimes they come out like this. Beautiful egg-shaped river rock. And you actually find embryos inside them. This is what this one looked like before I took the sand off of this one. And we found this inside. We don't know which way it turns. We think it turns this way. Some kind of embryo. Small pieces of bone. They're all fossilized. We still don't know what kind of eggshell this is. Some kind of eggshell, sand shell, maybe just a nodule. Sand nodule. Perfectly round marbles. And every time we crack one of the marbles open, when we crack one of the marbles open, we find beautiful swirls inside, geodes, and embryos. We find embryos inside these nodules. Crystals that look like diamonds, should test like diamonds, and it's some of the hardest mica I've ever seen. Because mica is usually flaky, but this is mica. Crystal mica. Crystal mica. If you like any of this, get a hold of me on eBay because I may put some of this on eBay. But get a hold of me on YouTube. And I take cash payments. Great big agates. This one we actually split because it had the diamond test positive on that side right there. We had this one test positive right here for diamond. And so we broke it open to find out what was in there that was testing diamond. And that piece broke off. This one broke because I was wanting to see what was inside it. And it's just solid agate. Solid agate. All these agates are just so solid and got all kinds of different crystals in them. And these are all raw right off the heel. What he called teeth, tusks, or whatever, he wasn't sure, but they're just river rocks. Fossilized tusks, fossilized bone, eggs, fossils. Look at this one, egg, turtle shell, And this one looks like it has every kind of bone you'd ever want in it. Right there. I was thinking it looked like somebody sitting at a table looking at it like this. Looked like somebody sitting at a table, but it's all solid fossil in there. All that's fossil. Right off the hill, and they just feel as glassy as glass. Right off the hill, you could slice that into what, about 20 different pieces, and it would be beautiful. But why? Look at the diamond in that. Some kind of really shiny agate. It's just an agate. Eggs galore. There's all kinds of eggs. He picked everything that looked egg. Sandstones that look like hamburgers. These were real special. He called those gullets from dinosaurs that they would swallow them. The bird dinosaurs would swallow them. Perfect eggs. Flip it over and they're crystallized eggs. Perfect eggs. Look at this one. Oh, you know. And the way you tell is if it separates from the shell. Sometimes those can be that perfect egg. This he called, when that shines up, that's going to be a opal, white opal. Call it straw, or what do you call it, ice cream opal, something like that. This is the same. This one's going to be an opal, some kind of opal in there. And it's pretty thick. See, it's some kind of opal in there. The nodules always have some kind of alien in them. Some kind of something in there that makes you want to crack the shell off and look at it. And see what's in there. It might just be a sand nodule. Same with these. These are sand nodules, but that could be a crab. Anything in there, a clam. Just about anything you want in that one right there, it's going to be in there too. And is that a bone or is that just sand nodules? Experts know. What is that? Is that a bone? Fossilized bone? Fossilized teeth? That's what he always called these, was fossilized teeth. Whichever way they go. I'm not sure which. They're probably like this right here, that one. This one, I was looking at it as a tooth. I would think maybe like that in the mouth, where it's long, like a long tooth like this. I don't know. Embryos that come out of sand nodules. That's an embryo that come out of one of these sand nodules. Like these are embryos. Look at this one. Oh, see, I can pull one up and just, they break open. They turn into all kinds of different things. Look. They got, might have an alien in there, you know. Look at gemstone all the way. Every one of them on there. All marbles. And this embryo's got me really intrigued because I took that one right out of that white sand, and I didn't want to take much up more off it, but it's starting to intrigue me. This one is an art piece in itself, and if you can see the art in that one, you're seeing what I'm seeing. See the bird and its little chick? And that's just a piece of bone. But there's some kind of bird with her chick on a stem. Yeah, you can, if you see like I see. Some of these have to be x-rayed to see it. That's a beautiful little bird in there with its chick. This one's got us intrigued because we took this out of one of these sand nodules like this. See, that one's got one in it too. And we found that embryo inside there. Whichever way it goes. I think it goes this way. This is the head, but it's kind of hard to tell because that looks like it could be the head, the beak, whatever, you know, and he's all curled up right in here. See him all curled up in there? He's beautiful. So perfect marbles, that everything you open on them marbles, they're all real light. They're some kind of geode. Some kind of embryos inside. Crystals. Crystals. What else haven't I talked about here? Oh, stuff that just is like plastic. Some kind of plastic. So, and all this has never been polished. None of this has been polished. Look at that one. It's some kind of tooth, maybe. It's all lined. Look at this. It's got grit to it like it would be some kind of tooth. But it's missing a piece. These sand nodules is what gets me because there's always something inside them. See, it's always something inside that. And now if you can spot what this rock is special to my granddad or my dad or whoever had this one, if you can spot that one, you're just as good as we all are, because that one is. And then you turn it right to the next one, and you can see that one too. So if you see that one, you'll know why that one was so special to my grandfather for a micro fossil. These are microfossils. You have to almost get a microscope to see what that is. You'll know what it is if you see like I see. Then there's the dark spot, which we kind of figured probably was about the same thing. It just darkened more. And then you turn it again, and there's another one. He's missing a little bit of his head. I kind of just gave it away. So, mystery rocks. Mystery rocks. The one that tests positive for a diamond. We broke it because it tests positive right here for a diamond. So, we broke it with a hammer. And it still tests positive for a diamond right here. So we don't know. Some of these thick things like this, you never know what's inside that. Look at it. Looks like a fish. Almost like you could chop a piece of that off and eat it. Fish. And that goes with that heart. It was a heart before it broke, so now it's a broken heart. Put it back together. See, it's a heart. And then I hit it with a hammer and broke it. I wanted to see what was in it. Had a crack there anyway, so I hit it with a hammer. Eggs. Oh, lordy, lordy. Eggs. Fossils. Crystallized some kind of tusk. Something that's not just sand or river rock. Same with this one. It's not just sand or river rock. That's some kind of fossilized tusk, tooth. If anybody knows, give me a holler. Again, septarian is what they call that. And it's just as polished off the hill. Look at the beautiful agates in that one. And it looks like a fish head. Looks like a fish head. So I hope I'm getting all this on tape. Sand nodules and balls that we open up and find different things in. This one looks like it has something in it. Something in it because it turns black. So we just start taking the sand up. But this one's got crystallized sand. It's so crystallized it won't come off of there like all the other sands we see. And these. He called that one his robin egg. He called this one his yellow earth. And he called both those together his earth stones that he found in and around Duchesne, Utah, Vernal, Utah. His great big nodules that, again, these nodules all have some kind of fossil or something inside them. They rolled up for a reason. There was a fossil in them. And you can see that they're just solid as a rock. They are real light and they got something inside them. And usually something alien like this one. We still don't know what that is. It's just, you'd have to take it out and DNA and all that stuff to figure out what kind of alien that is in there. But they all have it. They all have something in there. Now the kicker, if anybody knows any better, tell me on YouTube. The 4 smallest geodes in the world. Now I'm going by a reference because in Chile they have burrito geodes that are 1 inch by a 1/2 inch. These 4 geodes, and I got pictures of them with the x-ray, and we've x-rayed them. They are geodes. There's 4 of them. There's one behind here too, see right there. And all 4 of those are 1/8 by a 1/16 inch. And when you go in and you look at them, they're geodes inside. Then the other side's got the closed side, like it's got some kind of bead, egg or something. It was an egg that geode and turned to glass in this glass, and now they're the smallest geodes in the world if I can get them confirmed. So if you know any better, let me know. But that's my rock collection. I kind of got an inspiration from the lady that's showing her rocks. Look at this beautiful egg. That's right off the hill. That has not been tumbled. It's been held. He probably rubbed it, picked it up and rubbed it and rubbed it and rubbed it, and look where it went. That egg. So beautiful. And is it a reptile egg? Is it a dinosaur egg? We don't know. Here's a smashed egg. Crystallized inside, still has the shell on the outside. Here's one that's beautiful. You know that's egg. You flip it over, and if the eggshell was breaking and whatever is inside there wanted to come out, is going to come out of there. Opals. And this is just one counter that I took out of the boxes. These are kind of fun. They're hard as rock, and it blows through. So is it coral? I think coral, and maybe these are all corals too. I think these are all little bones. Those actually look like a wall that you could walk up to and pick all the bones out of it. And one of the small turtle shells I got. A beautiful little turtle shell. It's all crystallized. And I say I got because I inherited boxes. Obsidian, but it's real thin on that rock. It's real thin. Looks like it might have even been poured on there or just melted on there. It's pure glass. Look how it turns almost green when you look at it. Ooh, so pretty. Now, eggs, embryos, small bones, small shells with the fetus or whatever is still in there, dried up. It dried up in there, whatever it is. Teeth, and I don't know, but as you look at that, does that look like it would be a tooth that grew and grew and grew? I don't know. Teeth fall out sometimes. But once you get a tooth, don't it just keep growing enamel over enamel over enamel, and that's what that is? Or is that wood? I'm going to make a pretty little chain. Ooh, it's so pretty on the back, too. Smallest, yep, that I've ever seen in my whole life. I won't say what it is because I want you guys to kind of get a little bit of what I got here. He turned a little different color there. Look at this one. He's just missing part of his head. Oh, he's so pretty. He called these fire opals. Once you shine them up and get all the sand off them, they shine up like a fire. Oh, look at the inside of that one. That one's going to be beautiful. Get shined up. Or is that a turd? Is that a dinosaur turd? Maybe. Fossilized into opal, dinosaur turd. And he said this was pure opal here. Here's one of his biggest, nicest, purest opals. When you shave that in that, shave that down, shave one off of there. He never did, but when you shave one off of there, it'll be see-through. And it'll just glow like the back of it does when you get it wet. Oh, yeah. Get it wet. Oh, look at it. Hey. Yeah, look at that. Woo, that's a nice rock. Just rocks, stupid rocks. And if you see one you like, get a hold of me on eBay, YouTube. I do a little bit of both.